What's up guys, Kennedy here. From now on I'll be trying to be making all the review videos in 4K video quality so that you can see more details I'm showing you, maybe even feel what I try to convey in all the episodes here. This one here is a Trek 1.2 series. This is a road bike, so-called entry-level bike or budget bike or endurance sportive road bike. If you already know me from some other videos, episodes, in my opinion, the entry-level bike as a road bike, mountain bike or whatever bike is just enough for us, and it will give us as much of fun if we do like cycling as much more expensive bicycles. But there is also some downside to this one, so I'm gonna tell you and show you where is the manufacturer trying to save money and what we should have in mind when buying the bike. What do I think about Trek 1.2 series? This one that we see here is just awesome bike in my opinion. It has the aluminum frame with carbon bladed fork and of course the aluminum steering tube. It is just enough, it looks fine. It seems like Trek was trying to keep this one with the weight just below the 10 kilos, because it weighs, as you can see it here, 9.9 kilos on my scale. We would say that we have a bicycle on Shimano Sora components, but it's not true really. We do have Shimano Sora shifters, which is very good. We have Shimano Sora front and rear derailleur, and that's it. So this is one of the things that manufacturers are trying to tell us, that we have some level of components, but it's not like that. The caliper brakes are just made by, well, we don't know. It's not even a Bontrager, it's just some no-name calipers. We do not have certainly the Shimano Sora crankset. This one is a Vero FSA crankset with very old type square taper bottom bracket. It's okay, it will really be fun to ride, but it's super heavy, and I would really like for Trek to buy, like, they buy bulky items, right? So they could buy at least like maybe the Octaling specific crankset and give us such crankset on this bike, maybe for some like $20–30 extra on price. This one would cost us around $800 or between 700–800 euros. We have a KMC chain, and we have a very budget, I would say, SRAM cassette, which is just okay. Some other places that most manufacturers are trying to save money is the seat post, is the handlebar and the stem. Most of the manufacturers today would call those, at least those three components, that they are made by them. Like Trek says Bontrager on the seat post, Bontrager on the stem and on the handlebar. Usually these are not made by them, they just, you know, order some parts in China, Taiwan or whatever, and put their name, company name or sign on them. But it's okay. Those would be of course heavier. Saddle included is also called Bontrager. Those will be heavier but will be really durable and just stiff enough. So I have nothing, you know, bad to say about Bontrager seat post, stem and the handlebar that we are having here. It's just okay, but this is one of the things that that Trek is saving money here on. We do have also the Bontrager wheels. Bontrager, it says on the rims, but it doesn't say anything on the hubs. Those won't be very well sealed hubs, won't spin super smooth, but it will be just enough for you at least to start out with cycling. Another thing that I like on those budget wheels is that we have a lot of spokes. We have 24 spokes both in the front and rear wheel, and that's good. That's really good because it will be more durable. The budget bikes are also quite often a choice for a heavy riders who want to be more fit or lose some weight. 24 spokes is just fine. The wheel will be stiffer, stronger, easier to be truing those wheels as well. As I said, calipers are no name. Those will just break, so something just enough for us to start out. Of course, nothing super for like really crazy descents, but it's just okay for the entry-level bike. So we don't really have a bike on Shimano Sora components. We have Shimano Sora shifters and both derailleurs, but I'm happy that we have at least the shifters and derailleurs because these are just good enough. Some people say Sora isn't very like precise, isn't really crisp in shifting. In my opinion, Sora is just good enough for a 9-speed cassette. It's much easier to be changing gears on 9-speed cassette. It doesn't have to be like super precise, and I've been having some bikes on Shimano Sora, always happy with them. So that's it. Some other things that Trek really saved money on this bike that I'm not happy with is actually the assembly of the bike. What do I mean? We can see on this bike that Trek or some manufacturer actually, because it's made in Taiwan, so some place in Taiwan, people were really doing the assembly in rush. Why so? Well, we do have new wheels, but both wheels are out of true. And if you can even see it on the camera, it means that it's quite a lot. It should not happen for a new pair of wheels. Doesn't matter whether it's like $2,000 wheels or $300 wheels. Same for the front wheel here. It goes out of true like 2 or 3 millimeters from side to side. So I'm gonna be doing tutorial on how to true those wheels. In my opinion, it actually makes more work for the bike shop that is selling those bikes. But if you're buying those online, it would pretty often mean for you that the bike will come to your house, that just like this one came to mine, and I have to fix those wheels. Also, the cables were not cut really. I don't know why. We do not need such long cables, so you have to cut those cables for yourself. It's both for front and rear wheel. And other thing is also the assembly of the front derailleur, for example. It's way off the place where it should really be. You can even see the original sticker. Those signs here, this is actually the teeth of the chainring, should match the chainring on the crankset. You can see how much off center is this, not the crankset, but this derailleur. It should come down for another at least 3 millimeters. So we have to adjust that one as well. It takes time. If it's not the local bike store that's doing it, if you just got it online, you have to do it for yourself, because it doesn't really pay off to send the bike back to adjust it in the shop where you bought it online. So that's for the savings, money savings for Treks. Where did not Trek save the money is the frame, in my opinion. I mean, they do it from Alpha Aluminum. The aluminum that Trek is making, Trek Giant Canada, is just high quality. This is high quality aluminum. If we look at all these joints here, these look very, very even. I'm really happy with what I see here. The cheap or budget frame would not usually have a lot of shaping. Those tubes would be like even and same. It's cheaper to assemble, to make such welds also, to weld those tubes. But here we do have like the main tube is really shaped. The top tube is really shaped as well. We don't have taper head tube, but it's just okay. And as you can see, those seat stays and chain stays, those were shaped as well. We can see some little curve here, little bend here, so it's also a plus for Trek. I do like frame sets that Trek is making. Now, one more thing in terms of the assembly, it's maybe not the assembly but the painting. The paint is okay, the paint is like blue metallic, it looks awesome in my opinion, but we can see some damages. It's not actually a damage of the paint, it looks like when the paint was still drying up, but not dried up completely, it was touched by someone, and if you don't see it, you will even hear it. That's something on the paint. It's not scratch, it's just the lack, the surface, the outer surface of the paint that someone touched and shouldn't be touching it. Another thing is also the decals. When we look at those stickers here, when we look at those from behind, you will see that the left side is like almost 1 centimeter out of true, let's say, because the right side looks different. So you can also see that the people assembling it, putting those stickers here before another layer of the paint, were doing it maybe in rush. They were not so careful about it. So the components, especially the square tapered specific crankset, no-name brakes, and the assembly of the bike is something that you really call budget or low quality. But otherwise, when we threw the wheels, when we assemble it as it should be, the bike is just awesome. It's just cool bike. It could be maybe a bit cheaper, but I'm really happy with what I see on the frames, what I see on those welds here. Very even. I wasn't able to find any place where those welds were showing some imperfections. Those look just very cool. So 9.9 kilos. Let's say it has some Shimano Sora components, lots of spokes in the wheels, a very nice frame set, and the bike is just ready to give you some fun on the road. If you really get into cycling, no problem, you will improve the bike, you will do some upgrades. That's no problem. If you think about maybe buying another level, maybe on Shimano Tiagra components, I would say no, not really, because it will be like maybe $200 more expensive. But those $200 will be put on wheels, derailleur, crankset, everything. I would rather like to keep this one as it is and maybe pay $100 more for some cool Holotech crankset, and that will be real improvement in my opinion for this bike. So that's it for this review. If you are riding any of those budget bikes like Sora, Claris, Tiagra components, let us know in the comments section, and I will see you soon with truing those wheels. Thanks for watching, thanks for your thumbs up. If you like to see some other topics on my channel, give me thumb down and let me know in the comment what would you like to see on the channel, and I will see you very soon. Bye bye.